Screamin' Firehawks, welcome back to the channel, The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 11. Nailed it, good job. This one is called Here There Be Dragons.
Dragons?
Yeah.
Dragons?
Okay. That
Is this where it kind of gets to where everybody would say this is like Game of Thrones in space?
I don't know.
Cause fuck yes!
I don't think we're gonna run into any dragons flying around in space. I think it's it's gotta be some kind of code word or something. But
don't kill my dreams.
that was a really, really interesting episode previously. It feels like it was a ton of foundation building in terms of what we could potentially be coming into. And it all sounds really, really horrible. There was a really interesting interaction between Christian and Ehrenreich, where Ehrenreich just kind of like, he's had it. Like, there was a moment where he was checking some stuff out, and it felt like he had a moment where it's like, shit. He turned over everything that he has on the protomolecule over to Christian. That included an image of this weapon, this monster, something we thought was alien. And, you know, after getting a closer look at it and kind of getting an opportunity to, like, think about things a little bit, I think it's pretty clear it goes back to what Dresden, was that his name?
Yeah.
Dresden was saying, where their goal was to evolve humans and people and make it so that they didn't need to be reliant on vac suits out in space. I'm pretty confident that direct line was spoken back then. And that's exactly what we're dealing with now. And who is the dude with the camera in his eyeball? Kenzo. Like, there was a scene at the end of season 1 where Kenzo gets snatched up and taken in. So I'm wondering if they're taking these test subjects, all these belters that were used in arrows,
radiation poisoned,
and turned into what this weapon is. That, like, when you gotta, like, we actually zoomed in and was able to, like, get a good look at it, and with the editing, like, it's really cool to be able to go back and check that stuff out.
Yeah, he shows me these pictures, I was like, what, oh.
And it looked like it was clearly a, like, human structure who was protomoleculed out.
Like, human formed-ish.
Right. Like, it had the blue stuff, and, like, it looked like a transformed monster. You know, something that, like, potentially radiation or this protomolecule could develop a human into. Which could make sense, because that was always the plan, was to evolve the human species so that they wouldn't need to rely on anything to develop and grow and succeed and travel and all this stuff. So,
no, I'm good in this form. I'm good here. I don't, that looks fucking terrifying. I don't want to turn into that.
Right? Seriously. So that whole situation's interesting. Christian presented that to Bobbie, and Bobbie's like, that thing you fought? Well, here it is. This is it, right? And, you know, Bobbie gets really defensive because she has this whole Earth versus Mars mentality. You're the enemy. And, you know, it's tough because she's basically been raised to be a soldier for Mars, to fight against Earth and fight for what you believe is right. And they have this stigma and this view on Earthers who, she even said it to Christian when she was sitting at the, like, it was really cool watching her kind of walk around and then find the ocean. It was a really, really nice moment for her. Like, she had, like, that smile on her face. Like, she looked so happy, and she was, like, almost glowing. It was like, oh my God, she's, like, really happy. This is what she's been wanting. But she was sitting on the beach, and then she gets hit with this, boom, like, hey, here's the monster that you fought. She even responded to Christian, like, you're my enemy. And it's like,
You need to get past that.
Like, I think it's going to come because the Martian dude showed up and probably going to bring her in and question her and talk to her and probably punish her even more than she might already have been kind of scheduled to be punished. But I feel like something's going to happen there where it's going to be a situation where she's going to reach back out to Christian and help.
I really hope so, because I feel like, you know, them as a team could be very beneficial.
Yeah, and, like, this is some serious shit. The fact that I think she got confirmation that this thing exists is going to probably drive her to help Christian stop it, because that's Christian's goal. She's like, I want to stop it. I wish it was my government that was doing it because I'd have some control over it. And it's one of those things where I think if she could learn to trust Christian, I think it's going to be a really, really good relationship.
Oh my God, it would go so far.
I think they're going to be able to whoop some ass together because they're both absolutely badass. So that whole situation is getting real interesting. We've got a lot of development going on with Amos, and, you know, he kind of, like, throws this, like, random stuff out After bashing this dude's head in, who's going to help them find May, they got to go travel to the old part of Ganymede Station. But, like, he bashes this dude's head in, and then Meng, like, has this conversation. He's like, you're a homicidal maniac, dude. Like, he's like, I didn't kill him. And then he goes into this story.
Like, no biggie.
But then he just shifts into this story about kids and moms and, like, these babies being sent out and, like, used for, like...
human trafficking.
Yeah, and it's like, what? And it kind of clicks while I'm editing. It doesn't always, like, this stuff doesn't always seem to, like, click for me while I'm actually watching in the moment. But it made me wonder if that's what happened to Amos's mom and what Amos was as a child.
Yes,
like
100%.
That makes so much sense that he would just...
Why else would you talk about it? Why else would you know so much about it?
Yeah, and it probably why his mom passed when he was young, right? That's what he said. It was cared for by another woman. So that makes sense, and he's like, certain people just deserve to be punished. It's like, all right, that makes sense that you would throw a story like that out there and have animosity towards people that you think should be punished. It makes sense.
Right.
So, like, the more we keep getting with him, it's always in, like, these little snippets, though. It's really kind of interesting with Amos.
Yeah, you see just little slivers of, backstory.
Yeah. And, like, I keep saying it. I want to get more from Amos. I think he's getting more interesting as a character. He's not just this muscle meathead dude who just beats people up with the crew of the Roci, you know?
The actor that played, he's so good at, like, just a straight face.
Yeah. He does a really good job of playing,
beating
like,
the living shit out of somebody and just...
But then he'll hit you with, like, this random line, like, haha, I always wanted to do, like, when, like, saying, like, rockets away, or whatever he said, like, blast off, or whatever he said.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, you could tell that there's still, like, somewhat of, like, a happy-go-lucky little kid there.
Yeah.
But then he's, like, when he's serious, he's, like, honed in, focused, no emotion, no empathy, just all about the prize and the job and the mission and the orders that he's given from his bosses, essentially. Yeah. So, like, that's all really interesting. And mentioned it a minute ago, they're on the mission to go find May. They're traveling to an old part of Ganymede Station, which feels very much kind of like an Arrow situation, where they're now kind of going to start exploring into places that are a little bit more unknown. They're going to probably start stumbling upon more information. Naomi made a comment to Holden after talking to a couple people, was like, you know, this doesn't feel like Eros. And Holden's like, well, maybe it just hasn't started yet. And then even with an Aaron Wright line earlier, I think in that episode, where he's like, oh, this is just the beginning. Like, I feel like that those are all really subtle teases to let us know, like, shit's about to hit the fan.
Great. Super.
And then even with Meng, as he's, like, attending to all the plants, and he's talking to Amos, who's just kind of like, shit's flying over his... Like, the shit was flying over my head, too. They were talking about the Cascade thing, and he's like, the station's already dead. They just don't know it yet. So, like, seems like there's all these, like, really subtle things talking about how horrible it's all about to get. So, hunker down. I feel like the last couple episodes of this season, well, we have 3, are going to be absolutely nutty, insane. We haven't gotten much with Dawes lately, and what the hell him and Cortazar are up to.
No!
I think it's been, like, 2 episodes since they took off.
Yes, 2 episodes.
So, that whole situation is like, hello, what are you guys doing? What have you found? There's so much going on with the protomolecule and the crash in Venus. Like, that shit is living, and Christian's got her like, insider there getting her information. Like, this is all just getting so crazy.
Where that goes.
Like, it's all getting crazy, it seems like. It's building towards something really big to the end of the season. So, lots going on. There is a lot going on. There's so many moving parts.
True.
Do you have any other thoughts before we jump into it?
No.
Let's go.
Look at that shot. It's so pretty.
Planets are amazing. 9 hours before the mirror fell.
I just received confirmation they're commencing release within the hour.
If our client had any doubts, this will put him to rest. After Eros, after Toth, we needed to speed things along.
It's not exactly the most controlled experiment.
Dr. Strickland, I want to go back to my dad.
I spy Snapdragon.
And Tyrina.
Zinnia.
Zinnia.
Oh, you're too clever. I thought I had you.
What is the key to her?
What did he just pull off?
Where are we going?
It's a surprise, dear. Today's going to be a very exciting day.
Why?
You didn't even try to stop me from bashing that kid's head in.
You've taught me a lot about futility.
I think I just beat you to it.
For a molecule turn the asteroid into a missile, if we can prevent it from doing something worse, I don't mind bashing some assholes head in.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, what if it turns the friggin' planet into a missile? Like...
You need to be ready in case
In case we don't find her, look, you haven't lost a child.
Yes, I have. My baby boy was taken from me, and I tried to find him, and I failed. It took me a very long time to understand it wasn't my fault.
Would you have listened to anyone who was telling you what you're telling me now? This is not my time to stop.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, never assume things.
Nope.
Your father was always so proud of you. Told me how the two of you used to go free climbing in the Mariner Valley. He told me about the accident, about how he fell, how you carried him on your back. Saved his life. What happened to that girl who knew her duty?
Her fire team got killed by a thing on Ganymede that wasn't wearing a vac suit.
You were told what you needed to know, and you've helped. Quite enough already.
Alright, damn.
All you need to do now is sit tight, keep your mouth shut, and go home. Transport's on its way. It'll be here in a few hours. You make sure your bags are packed.
I do not see her complying with that order.
You lied to me about Ganymede.
You may have jeopardized the future of Mars, but all you can think about is your peace of mind. Your whole generation is soft. You're spoiled. I remember we had drill raids in school every day because back then every Martian child knew that Earth's fleet was ready and waiting to attack us, to destroy everything that we had worked so hard to build.
And that's supposed to justify...
Grow up!
Okay, boomer.
Peace of mind
Fuck
is a
that.
luxury that no Martian can afford, especially not a Marine.
Dang.
But you won't have to worry about that much longer.
Whoa. Fuck,
You won't
dude.
be going back to parade, Bobbie, because you don't follow orders, and a soldier follows orders. You're not a soldier anymore. Dismissed.
Damn, dude. Why do I feel like that's going to be a horrible decision for the Martians?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, there's clearly something else going on down there. We have 2 probes left. What if we cannibalize the shielding from one to reinforce the other? Lower orbit, drop the probe from there, reduce the time of flight to surface. I bet that gets the job done.
It would also break mission protocols.
Do you think if Magellan followed protocols, he would have circumnavigated the world?
He didn't make it all the way around. He died trying.
He met giants in Patagonia, mate. We're in uncharted waters. It's worth the risk.
You know what sailors used to say when their ships went past the end of their maps?
Time for a new map.
Here there be dragons.
What's happening? We just received an emergency flash from the UN. All traffic en route of this airspace has been restricted until further notice.
Who sent the notification?
Came directly from Undersecretary Avasarela's office, sir.
Is that a fact? In the meantime, return to your quarters. You can stare at the ocean a little longer.
She wants to keep Bobbie here.
Yes, she does. You're not going anywhere.
Incoming XCRS Delta 2735. The Caribou is cleared to dock on Ganymede Station.
The hell makes you so gosh darn special? It's a landing pattern. Where the hell are they gonna dock? Way the hell out in the middle of nowhere. Smells like Black Ops to me. They're probably here for the exact same reason we are. Shit, that means I gotta get down there before they do. If I let up the engine, may as well put a big frickin' bullseye on my back. Clumsy idiot.
Oh, he's got ideas.
Now, where are we exactly? Plot a gravity-assisted trajectory down to Ganymede.
Holy shit.
Damn.
All right, darling. Saddle up. Slingshot time.
Cool.
Wow.
Oh, during the battle.
I want my daddy.
Soon, honey. You'll see him soon.
No, I want to go home now.
See this milkweed? It's a chrysalis. Butterfly will squeeze its way out of there soon. Squeezing its way out of that tight casing pushed fluid from its fat body into its wings. Don't you want to be able to fly one day?
The fuck?
Let's play a game.
I don't want to play your game.
We're explorers. That way, it's the unknown. And yeah, there might be scary stuff. There might also be magical things like you've never imagined. And we may learn the secrets of the universe.
Like, don't pitch me on your proto-molecule world of life and greatness.
Bullshit.
That sounded like an air cycler shutting down.
It's happening faster than I thought.
What's happening?
A cascade. In real nature, there's enough
It
diversity.
means this station is fucked. People here just don't know it yet.
Thank you for the, breaking it down there, Amos.
What's on your mind, Sergeant?
My dad, he told you that story about the climbing accident?
He was proud of you.
So I guess the two of you weren't that close, huh? Because he didn't tell you the real story.
I
was the one who fell. He carried me on his back. You know, I used to think he told that story to make me look good. Good Roberta, so dutiful. But now I think it was more for him. I want to know what really happened on Ganymede. And you're going to tell me.
We're done here.
Oh, bitch.
What happened to my team?
Got a firing squad for this.
Are you testing a weapon on us? On your own soldiers?
Generation has forgotten what it means to sacrifice for the dream of Mars.
What killed my team?
Oh shit, dude.
Project Caliban.
In an unrehearsed battlefield demonstration, a single, unarmed version 1 hybrid easily defeated 6 UN Marines and then 4 Martian Marines.
The drone you were watching. You watched that thing slaughter my team. We were a goddamn sales demo. Did you get a good deal? Put it in order?
It was for the good of Mars.
Get him, Bobbie. Damn.
Yeah, remember when Bobbie was laying there all fucked up and the monster was over
Well, yeah, she mentioned a drone.
the drone was right above, watching the whole thing.
Oh, damn. Don't fuck with her. Do not fuck
No,
with her.
she is a total badass. Oh shit. And this is exactly what we were talking about at the beginning. This is what it's going to take for her to go help and go work with Christian now. She just has to get there. Wow, you totally spilled the beans on that though. Like, yeah, you were a field test for version 1 of this weapon.
It's so messed up.
And it easily took out UN Marines and 4 Martian Marines. It's like, fuck, dude, that's savage. Sacrificing for the good of Mars.
Yeah, right?
She gonna make it?
You there! That's her! Stop! Enemy checkpoint!
Shit.
Run, Bobbie!
Marshal, you are on UN soil!
I am Gunnery
Lower your
Sergeant
weapons
Roberta
or
Draper,
people
Martian
fire.
Marine Corps. I am requesting political asylum on Earth.
Wow, dude. This shit has gotten intense. Dude, Christian's gonna bring her in like one of her child or something.
Oh my god, yes. I don't know why that made me like emotional there for a second.
That shit was intense.
Like, I feel bad for Bobbie.
I mean, we just found
Her
out that she
her
was,
whole life is basically a lie.
and the thing that she fought and sacrificed and lived for used her as an experiment to die.
Well, even her dad, the stories that her dad tells are lies.
This is so dope watching
This would
watching
make
Alex
me
do this.
so seasick.
That is a sight to behold.
Dude, the space stuff in this show is so dope.
Yeah.
You're right about that thing on Ganymede, ma'am. It was a weapons test. Me and my team and your Marines too, we were caught in the middle. The weapon's up for sale and Mars wants it.
This is a brave thing you have done today. We're all in your debt, Sergeant Draper.
You don't have to call me Sergeant, ma'am. I'm not a soldier anymore.
Ah, shit. Oh, what?
This must be my lucky day.
What the fuck? Why is he sending her a message?
Right.
Dude, it is so impossible to not want to root for Bobbie.
I know. I really love her now.
Like, it goes beyond her just being like a badass.
Yeah.
Like, you might want to not minute them like that. That was the woman that was with Strickland.
Yeah.
Aim is disarm these people.
That's not going to happen.
Oh shit.
Where's May?
Oh, dude. He saw his little girl. Oh shit.
Oh no, Amos!
Hold still.
He saw his little girl's backpack and freaked out.
It went straight through.
Oh shit.
Amos for the win.
How come I'm the one who always gets shot?
What
his baby in there.
The Eros experiment was never meant to be an attack on Earth, and I believe that you know that. If you truly have the best interests of Earth at heart, you will meet with me, and we will come to an accommodation. These are my conditions, and they are non-negotiable. You immediately cease all punitive actions against my family. We meet in person on a ship of my choosing. You will come with a limited escort. Don't refuse this offer. It won't be repeated.
Oh.
Wow.
What do you think?
You're going to accept.
I already did an hour ago.
Oh, fuck. Christian!
Dude, she is real good at putting herself in really dangerous positions.
What did you do to his baby?
A bunch of kids.
Oh, you're gonna... Oh, God, come on now. What did you do to his baby? Oh, honey.
Oh my god.
They released it on Eros uncontrolled to see what it would do. Needed this for a purpose.
Holy shit.
That's still somebody's baby. God.
I came here to destroy the proto-molecule, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Wow. Dude, this shit. Oh shit.
Oh, bitch! Oh, fuck, Amos is fast! Holy shit, he's fast. What the fuck? That was more than a grenade.
Well, there was a lot more than just an explosion. Are those kids like monsters right now? Were they developed into weapons?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I think has happened. But like, what happened to that other little baby who was in there? Oh god. Oh, it does not look happy.
The hell was that?
It's just like what it looked like on Eros. Is this fucking thing gonna take over an entire planet?
I think so. Oh shit.
I think the weapon is loose. At least one of them.
Is it me?
Whatever this thing is took the brunt of the blast. No, I think something broke out of this.
This is anesthetic gas.
Something tore the shit out of this airlock. What were you doing with the proto-molecule?
We made a proto-molecule to do what we wanted. We made it in our own image. A lot more where she came from.
Oh shit.
Wow.
How the hell did you find us?
MCRN, they set up a no-fly, but they cleared a black ops ship to land right here, so maybe they're looking for the exact same thing that we are. So then Roci and I, we... Anyways, I just decided to come on down and rescue y'all.
Uh-oh.
Stand by, we're gonna suit up and come out.
Jem, I'm not going with you.
What?
If the protomolecule was here, it could be in 50 other places by now too.
We're just gonna have to find all of them.
We have to do good where we can, when we can. I wanted to believe we could stop this. We can't.
What?
Chief, hey, you best come take a look at this.
Oh fuck, motherfucker.
It sure as hell seems like it's looking at us. That thing ain't got a vaccine on.
Oh fuck.
What the hell is that thing, Holden?
Suit up. We're going on a hunt.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Business has picked up.
A little bit.
Holy shit, that was an insane episode. Just everything with Bobbie, everything with Christian, everything now with Holden and the Roci crew, they're splitting up.
Yep.
There's a fucking proto-molecule weapon running around out there. Made out of children.
On kids. Wow. You're a terrible person.
And it's just, I'm going to presume that that monster that's running around is May.
I don't know.
I'm just going to
It could be
presume
anything
that.
at this point.
I'm just going to assume that is where the story's going.
That's terrible. Those poor kids.
I mean, this is so insane.
They're scared. That part just gets me the most. Is like
I want
these
daddy.
children. They're scared. I want daddy. They don't know where their parents are. And you're gonna stop.
This has gotten so intense. And it's like every episode this happens. Where it just keeps getting taken up a notch. And now you involve children and now Nikki's an emotional wreck.
Shut up.
Oh, man. Like, this is crazy. Like, I kind of wish Naomi would have admitted.
I don't think it matters at this point.
Like, I don't think it does
really
either.
Doesn't.
But, like, the idea of Holden being able to stop everything, his idea is limited to a certain, like, select few options.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's still this stuff out here, too. There's all over the place. But based on what we saw from that little thing that landed on the planet, like,
it's
that shit is in full effect again. It looks like it's going to consume the entire planet.
Yeah.
It's going to turn a planet into a rocket like it did with friggin' Eros. Like, dude, this shit is like...
And then all of a sudden Miller pops. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right? As a protomolecule. Fuck. But it's like...
What if it's Miller running around? No, I'm just kidding. It's not.
I mean, it could be. He crashed on the fucking thing while he got consumed by the protomolecule.
Yeah, but they crashed on Venus. They didn't...
Well, look what the hell's going on in Venus. Who knows?
No, but they didn't crash on Ganymede. Like,
No, but it could have taken off. Like, they could...
I don't...
They don't need ships or
Alright.
space shoots.
I feel like we're getting a little wild
Jeez.
for an already wild situation.
I mean, the thing that doctor said right before she died is that there's more of them. So how many are there? How many have they created?
Yes, it'll do what we want.
Because the shit...
Creating what we want.
The shit that they used to test on the Martian and UN Marines on Ganymede, that was like phase 1. That was test 1.
So
like
Bobbie was not supposed to survive.
No, she wasn't. None of them were.
No, and it was like totally like, what do we do with this chick now?
Yeah, and it's just so crazy because the thing that stood out to me the most from her situation was that drone that was just like, it flew over and then it came back when it realized, I think, that she was still alive.
Yeah.
And it didn't go and finish the job, obviously. But it's like, that's who was watching. Her own friggin'... The person that's supposed to be taking care of her and looking over her was the person that was feeding her to this monster, this weapon.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Isn't that terrible?
The crazy thing is just like, how many versions have they evolved from version 1? And how many have they created? I mean, we saw, what, like 5 kids in that one shot?
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, this sounds crazy. And this shit's just... It's up for auction. Highest bidder. You get this weapon. Mars wants it, obviously, because it's their key to domination and getting what they want. And now Mao and Christian are going to meet. Christian is so good at putting herself in really scary situations.
Right.
It's like you're going to go meet this dude under all of his terms without any hesitation. She didn't even hesitate.
I already agreed to it, by the way.
And it's just so insane. And I still, we didn't get anything from the Belter Revolt here. Like, we didn't get anything from Dawes or Johnson or any of those folks in this episode. Are they just off, like, finding stuff? Are they researching stuff? Are they developing stuff?
Or are they just,
like,
living life?
Are they going to try to be a players in this thing and try to, like, buy this weapon as well? Or at least one of them? Like, because they want, talk about securing the future of the belt. It's like, you get one of those monsters, one of those weapons, and it's like, man, this shit has just gotten so intense. Like, I don't like the idea that the crew is split up now.
No, I don't. But, I mean, hopefully they, come back together.
I mean, Naomi makes a good point. It's like, there's no way you're going to be able to go out. It almost made me feel like a Harry Potter moment where Harry Potter's got to go out and find all the Horcruxes, but you don't know where any of them are. It's like, her theory is like, stay here and fix and help what we can here versus spreading out and trying to, like, go on a wild goose chase trying to find all this stuff.
Right.
And it's like, now him, Mang, and Alex are going to go fight this thing that's flying around on a freaking...
That might be a good thing. But also, I mean, I am glad that Naomi has Amos.
I mean, she doesn't need any protection, but...
He's a good dude to protect you.
Like, I kind of would want Amos around to go fight that thing.
I do too.
I'm not sure I want necessarily a herbologist and a pilot to go into battle with this thing. Alex isn't exactly the most, like, best fighter, and just seeing what Mang was, like, the way he was holding the gun, it was like, you're gonna shoot somebody. Like, I don't...
Or are you?
Yeah, I just don't know if... Well, he's gonna shoot the wrong people.
That's, yeah.
Like, I don't know if Holden has exactly the best crew to go fight this thing, considering we've already seen one of them destroy highly trained Marines on both sides, UN and Martian. Like, whew, I hope you got that plot armor.
Oh my god.
I hope that shit is on real thick. So, wow. This show, there's 2 episodes left in this season. I can't imagine getting this whole situation resolved in 2 episodes. So this feels like a long story that's going to play out, and just a whole lot of crazy shit's going to keep going down as they just unravel this stuff. And we said at the beginning of the episode, we said it at the end of last episode, we felt like it was going somewhere crazy. Had no idea.
It's worse.
Didn't even have any idea of what
it gets worse, or it gets better.
Like, but the idea that they're using the protomolecule to develop the stuff on children, it was like...
I don't like it at all.
That isn't what I was thinking May was going to be used for. That's not where I thought that was going.
I thought, like, holding her for ransom or some type of, you give me this so that I can give you her...
Or because of her disorder that she has, I thought maybe she had something in her blood or in her system that helps develop something.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were going to necessarily use her to friggin' turn her... Well, we don't know exactly, but I'm just assuming that she was turned into one of the weapons. But this shit has gotten insane. Do you have any other thoughts on this episode?
I don't.
All right, y'all. Leave them comments down below. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and we'll catch y'all later. Wow. What a great show. Have a good one. Bye.